Look at Wanda, ready to rock her big presentation. But first, lunch. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Delicious, celebratory, but is it quick? The Cobb salad. Tender oven-roasted chicken, topped with cheese. Prepared, plated, and served in 6 minutes? Is this for real? Well, of course. Well done, Wanda. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Yes, ma'am. Life is sweet.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Well, hey, good morning, and welcome in to Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. Thanks, as always, for tuning in with us here at Mississippi Live Weather, for starting off your work week with us, and happy Friday out there to you. We've made it to Friday. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley. We have a lot to talk about at 7:30, so let's break down a few things you need to know right off the bat. Number one is we do have a small rain chance today. It's a little bit more than yesterday. It's still a lot less than what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. Storms for Saturday out there for you. If you got any Saturday plans, you're going to want to hang around in this broadcast. We'll go over the latest timing and impacts moving forward into your weekend. One thing to note, even after the weekend, is an active pattern is going to be continuing. So even after we get through the storms on Saturday, it's not the only day for rain out of the next 7. Here's a look at what's going on, big picture view of our Mississippi Live satellite and radar this morning. This is what we're watching, the system that's off in the plains, low pressure system right now sitting in portions of Nebraska and Kansas, cold front extended off of it as well, stretching from there all the way back into Texas and New Mexico. As this continues to move closer in into your Saturday, rain chances will continue to go up. However, this morning, that's not the case. Our Mississippi Live Mama Justice Doppler radar good to go out the door this morning from the Mississippi River all the way to the Alabama state line. We are dry out there across the board this morning at 7:31. So as you're headed out the door, if you haven't hit the roadways just yet, you're good to go in terms of rainfall this morning. A dry commute out there, even though we are dealing with a lot of clouds. Take a look at this view over in Maben, Mississippi. Lots of clouds out there to start off your morning. Temperatures in the middle 60s. So it's definitely a mild start to your day ahead. We're seeing temperatures in the 60s across the board. This is live look over in Oxford. Again, a lot of clouds to start off the day over in Lafayette County. This camera is sponsored by Phoenix Building Solutions. And again, just a cloudy and mild start to your day ahead overall. Temperatures in the low to middle 60s out there. Even some of us touching 70 in Belzona, 69 in Greenwood, same story, 68 in Cleveland. So trying to touch 70, a few places actually doing it. Definitely warm out there for your day. A lot of us, though, in those low to middle 60s, 62 Tupelo, 62 New Albany, 65 in Houston. Let's talk about your first 12 hours ahead. Temperatures will continue to rise. All of us going to be in the middle 60s or so over your next hour ahead. So definitely warm, middle 70s by 11. Most of us topping off a lot like where we did yesterday. So upper 70s, the story for a lot of our afternoon, touching just near 80 today across a good portion of North Mississippi. One thing that's different between yesterday and today is those rain chances. So a little bit better chance, 30 to 20% chance as we head into your afternoon and early evening hours. That chance will begin to dissipate as we head hour by hour into your later evening hours. Here's a look at that on Futurecast as we head now through the evening. You can see some of those spotty downpours across the southeast. So it's not only here in North Mississippi. If you are traveling, maybe you got some weekend plans out there for your Friday, some spotty downpours likely throughout a good portion of the region. And they're kind of, if you dealt with them yesterday, they're like you're driving through it and all of a sudden you see rain on your windshield. I said this at 7, but rain on your windshield and you're looking in front of you and it's sunny in front of you, it's sunny behind you, and you're like, where is it? It's right on top of you, and you drive through it and then it's over with. That's kind of the deal, right? They're spotty, they're quick, and then they're over with. That's the same story as we head throughout your afternoon and early evening of your Friday. Going into Saturday, that will not be the same story. We're watching that front coming closer to the area, more widespread, consistent rainfall going to be the story out there for your Saturday. But watch, this is at 8 a.m. I think most of us going to be waking up, especially if we wake up early riser on your Saturday, on a dry note. We won't see this rain enter northwest Mississippi until we head into the mid-morning, and the majority of us not until noon and on. So it's the afternoon and early evening where we're watching the majority of us getting in on that heavier rainfall that's going to be pushing through out of here as we head overnight and then into your Sunday morning. Could still see a few showers hanging around for Sunday, especially along and south of 82 where that front stalls out. But Saturday still our main day we're watching, and also our main day that we're watching currently for the potential for a few storms to be on the stronger side of things. Severe weather risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center did extend that level 2 out of 5 further into our area. Now, we were all under level 1 out of 5 yesterday. That 2 out of 5 slight risk has been extended for southern Arkansas, good portion of western Mississippi as well, and that includes areas and sections of North Mississippi as well. So the risk has gone up a little bit from yesterday to today. We'll talk more in depth about the timing of when you can expect the strongest storms in your specific area of North Mississippi. We're also going to be talking about what impacts we're going to be expecting. So if storms were to be on the stronger to severe side, if a severe thunderstorm warning is issued, what would we expect it to be issued for? All of those details coming up right after this.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Alert! It's a flash sale for 1 week only at Room to Room in 6 p.m. Saturday. Prices slash store-wide. Insert coupons, BOGO accessories, King for a Queen mattress deals, and special financing. These deals will be gone in a flash. Room to Room Tupelo.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McAuley.
Hey, and welcome back into the Room to Room Weather Center. The time now is 7:37 out here on your Friday morning. Take a look. This is over down in Noxubee County in Macon, Mississippi. Lots of clouds over there in Macon. That's the story across the board, though, here in North Mississippi this morning. Temperatures in the middle 60s out there. So definitely a mild start to our Friday overall. Majority of us in those middle 60s. Same story over in Caledonia, lots of clouds, and again, temperatures in the middle 60s there as well. High temperatures this afternoon going to be back a lot like they were yesterday. A lot of us in the low 80s, still 80 in Tupelo, 80 in New Albany, 81 Lafayette County, 82 in Water Valley, even some middle 80s trying to take place from Greenville, Belzona, Greenwood, up in Grenada. And you know what? I believe it because they're already in the 70s this morning. So likely in the middle 80s the further down in the Delta that you go. Not into record-breaking temperatures for your Friday. Our record is 85, set back in 2022 here in Tupelo. So we're going to be about 5 degrees shy of that, but still sitting well above average for this time of year. Hey, our high school game of the week presented by Casey Lott. Our first baseball high school game of the week taking place tonight in Houston. Houston takes on New Albany at 6:30. We're going to be keeping a close eye on this game. Of course, we'll be there bringing you the highlights, but first pitch, we could see a few isolated downpours at least around the area of Houston. So keeping an eye on that. That chance will dissipate further on in the game that you go. Temperature is nice. So overall, if you are heading to a baseball game this evening, pretty nice night for it. Comfortable out there, 70s and falling through the 70s throughout that game. Rain chances ahead as we head further on in the forecast really increase as we head into Saturday, and then they stick around all the way into your work week ahead. So Saturday, the main day we're going to be watching right now. We'll time that out. Again, a few of those could be on the stronger side, but rain chances, I just want to show you, do not go away as we head Sunday and then into your work week. And Wednesday, the next day, we're going to be watching for storms yet again to try to be on the stronger side of things. Let's talk about Saturday first, right? Here's our severe weather risk for Saturday. As I said, that level 2 out of 5 slight risk has been further extended off to the north to include a good portion of western Mississippi. Who does that include here in North Mississippi? Well, it stretches from Marshall County, Lafayette County, all the way into Bruce, portions of Attala County, and those who are sitting off closer to the Mississippi River. Everybody, though, under some type of severe weather risk out there for your Saturday. So even if you're not under that level 2 out of 5, could still see a few storms that try to be on the stronger side of things out there for your Saturday. So let's take it hour by hour. When can you expect the heaviest rainfall in your area? Well, today, again, few maybe heavy downpours, nothing on the severe side of things for today, but can't rule out a heavy brief downpour or two going into your afternoon and evening out there for your Friday. These chances will begin to dissipate as we head 6 o'clock and on. So later on into the evening, those chances really start to roll out, and we're mainly dry as we head overnight and then into your Saturday morning. Yet again, I want to point out to you, as you're waking up on Saturday morning, I wouldn't expect the rain to already be there. By 9 a.m., most of us, again, sitting dry. However, if you're in our furthest north and western corner of the state, yeah, you're going to be getting the rain earlier than everybody else. So I'm talking about DeSoto, Tate, Panola, Quitman, and Tunica County getting in on that rainfall 9, 10 a.m. As we head noon and on, that's when things are going to start to pick up for the rest of the area. Look at this, Saturday around noon, really starting to see that line form across the northern section of the state from Alcorn County, Lafayette County, stretching into Clarksdale as well. And as that line comes in, that's where we're looking at the potential for a few storms to try to be on the stronger side, especially watching these little bowing segments. You can kind of see that storm that's pushing out along the line. Those are the storms that we're going to be watching for the potential to see a few wind gusts that could exceed potentially 60 miles an hour, prompting the National Weather Service to issue some severe thunderstorm warnings. So watching that as that line continues to push through, that is noon. Let's head into the afternoon to see who's going to be getting it then. Again, this line continues to move down to the south and east, and we're looking at that line stretching from Hamilton, Amory, Houston, down to Eupora and portions of Attala County as we head 3, 4 o'clock. That line is where we're watching the majority of potential to be, again, potentially on the stronger side of things. Once that line's past your area, you're mainly looking at plain rain, moderate to maybe some heavy pockets still sticking around. That line continues to push further south as we head around dinner time, so 5, 6, 7 o'clock, impacting Attala County, Louisville, down into Winston, Noxubee County, down into Aliceville, Alabama. And yet again, as this passes through this area, even into your early dinner time hours, could still try to be on the stronger side of things as that line makes its way through. But I think around 7, 8 o'clock and on, that is to the south of our area, and we're just dealing with some plain rain after that and drying out a little bit more as we head into your Sunday morning. What are the overall threats that we're mainly going to be watching for? Number one is those strong winds. Again, especially for a storm that tries to push out ahead of the main line, could see some wind gusts that try to exceed 60 miles an hour. And so that's the main thing we're watching. Now, the tornado threat and the hail threat, not a zero, but limited overall from the system. Another thing we're keeping a close eye on, at least for some portions of North Mississippi, is rainfall that could exceed 3 inches that would lead to some flooding concerns. Who are we talking about with that? Well, it's really off in the Delta. The further south you are in the Delta, the more likely you are to see some rain totals that exceed 3 inches, 2.5 to 3 inches likely from Cleveland, Greenwood, Kosciuszko, over into Belzona and Greenville. Again, we could see localized areas more than that. So I encourage you, if you're within this area of North Mississippi, make sure into your weekend, even past the weekend when we are still seeing rain chances out there, you avoid those roadways that you know are easily flooded, those local roadways. As for everybody else, really seeing anywhere between 1.5 to 2 inches across the board, across the rest of North Mississippi out here. This is over the next 3 days. As I said, rain chances continue over the next 7 days. Here's a look at that. 80s today, 70s out there for your weekend with those rain chances continuing in the mix. Again, for Sunday, still keeping about a 40% chance of rain. That continues for Monday, drops down a little bit for Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we really pick it back up with our next system starting to make its way through on your Wednesday. And yet again, from that system that comes in midweek, we could still see a few storms that try to be on the stronger to severe side. So past Saturday, our attention is going to return to the middle of your work week ahead. So don't put your guard down after Saturday. We're still tracking rain chances out here, and we're still tracking additional systems that could try to bring strong to severe storms into the area. Happy spring out there to you. Am I right? I mean, we might not be officially into spring, but we're into what we call meteorological spring. That starts within the month of March, and it is marching. It is springing out here on our 7-day forecast. Another thing I want to remind you is we do spring forward this weekend, Saturday into Sunday. So make sure to set your clocks forward. Don't be missing your church services or your work, whatever you got going on your Sunday morning. You're going to be losing an hour of sleep out there. But then we're going to be seeing sunsets next week at 7 p.m. So, hey, it's a good trade-off. Hey, thanks as always for tuning in with us this morning at 7:30 and on your Friday morning. Of course, make sure to tune in this evening at 5, 6, and 10. Our chief meteorologist, Matt Lawpon, our meteorologist, Gabe Maynor, Ethan Foster with sports, all going to be on just covering everything from the baseball game to the storms this weekend. So I encourage you to check up with them then. They'll have the latest timing out there for you, new model runs, new data coming up at 5, 6, and 10 live from the Room to Room Weather Center. And of course, we'll be live this weekend. If anything goes above severe or strong to severe limits, of course, we'll be right back on here live on our streaming platforms to bring you the very latest on your Saturday. If not, though, we'll see you back here. I'll see you back here on your Monday morning at 6:30.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy.